Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. And last weekend it was my lovely father-in-law's 80th birthday. So we had a kind of gold, cream and navy colour theme. So I made some boxes. Now these were actually inspired by my friend Tricia Smith. And she made a box on a Facebook Live a few weeks ago where she had a similar lid to this, and I loved that she'd hidden the ribbon through the top with an extra layer there. I actually put a bit of designer series paper in the bottom there as well. My sizes are different. Mine's are cube, hers I think were taller, but it was definitely her inspiration that made me think, oh, that's pretty, like that idea to sit on the table. So thank you, Tricia, for that. I use some retired designer series paper, current ribbon, current cardstock. I even dug out some old retired gems that I still had a full pack, and I used some of the online exclusive self-adhesive glimmer paper that is sadly no longer available as well. So I've been stash busting with this, but I do need to buy some more Night of Navy card. So I thought I would make something similar, but with this. So I've gone Pebble Path and this designer series paper, and I'm also going to use the Lovely and Sweet bundle, and this is from the same suite called Nature's Sweetness. So we've got Pebble Path, white and gold on this. Okay, so all of the measurements will be in my blog post, so if I forget to tell you something on the way, you can find it there. There'll be a link to that blog post in the description for this video. So I need to do a little bit of scoring on these two pieces, one for the base, one for the lid. So this piece is the lid and it is 7.5 inches by 7.5 inches, and I want to score that at 2.5 inches on all four sides. Super easy. And then the white piece for the lid is 4 1/16 of an inch, just ever so slightly over 4 inches. And for this, I want to score that at 3/4 of an inch on all four sides, and definitely do it this way so that that extra little 1/16 of an inch is in the middle and not just on one side. So that was 3/4 of an inch all the way around. Let's fold and burnish these. Okay, a little bit of cutting to do next. For the base, I'm going to use my large scissors, and I'm just going to cut straight up, take a little wedge either side, and I'm also going to take a little slither off there. Okay, so 1/8 of an inch tops. Doesn't matter if you take more off, but it's just so that it's a little bit neater. Okay, so I've done that corner. I'm just going to switch it around and do exactly the same again in this corner. So straight up there, little chop in. You could take a little bit more time. Okay, and then do this. Oh, nearly forgot my little squidge off the end. There we go. Third one. Just pull those out. Come on, you can come out. A little bit off the end. And the last one for the base. Straight up. Take a wedge out. Another wedge out here. That went very squint. There we go. Okay, so that is how the base of the box looks now. Okay, I'm going to put designer series paper on those 4 pieces there. So I've already cut those. Now, if you've got a directional pattern, then you maybe want to build the box base up and then put your designer series paper on so that it's not upside down. But this doesn't. So we've got writing that goes that way, and then we've got writing that goes that way. So either way, one of them is going to be upside down. So I can just go ahead and add these just now. If I was using this one, this side, then obviously I would need to make sure that I've got that the right way up on there. Okay, so essentially upside down from there. Okay. Right, but I'm not using the shiny side. I'm using the one that coordinates with the card. So I've just made these fractionally smaller. So these pieces here are 2.5 centimetre squares. So this is 2 3/8. So just taking 1/8 of an inch smaller. So there's just a tiny margin. Life is easier when you don't have directional paper. And the last one. I'm giving it some consideration. So that one might look a bit funny if I put it the other way around. Okay, and then I have a piece, same size, for the inside, and that is definitely easier to put on before you build it up as well. But I've used the same designer series paper that I'm going to use for the lid for that. Okay, so building this up, lots of glue on here, and then you will see the reason why I've taken a little smidge off the end so that you don't have too much bulk at your corners on there. So just lining those edges up, giving that a press, and then you can use your bone folder as well. Okay, and then just work your way around doing that. You probably want to do the last 2 together. And Tricia's box, I remember she had a reinforced top. This has essentially got reinforced sides because you've got almost the same size. Oh, come on. Glued on for your tabs as your sides. So it's kind of, you've got double thickness card and then your paper on top. So it's a nice and sturdy box. And I did that because I knew that I'd be taking a whole load of things to the dinner on a Saturday night, and there was a chance something would get squished. It wasn't going to be my boxes. So I filled the ones for Saturday night with, just not quite got that enough glue to the edge of that one, with Lindor truffles, and you can comfortably get 6 of them in there, but you're going to have to take my word for that because I've eaten them. Don't make me laugh. Oh, I'll start another coughing fit. Right, so that is the base done. Let's just get on with the lid. I am going to have to get another glue out of the box sometime very soon. I have a little box with all of my spare adhesives. I like to keep plenty on hand. One thing I cannot afford to run out of. Right, now, I'll just do my little bits of snipping with the lid. And what I meant to say was, for the ones I made on mass, I got them to the stage of having the decoration on them, the designer series paper, and also done all the little bits of cutting and things like that. And then I left them until 2 days beforehand because I really just didn't have room to have so many of them kicking about the house all fully assembled. So yeah, I just had to do that last stage that we did there of the gluing for the bases, and then same for the lids. So you could do the same sort of pinwheel technique as I did with the base on the lid, but it doesn't really matter. So I've just done them opposite corners instead of staggering them round. Okay, so we need to put a piece of ribbon in here, and I am yet again using some retired ribbon, and the reason for that is that the only ribbon I have, only white ribbon I have, has silver edging, and I've got gold in my paper, and the only gold ribbon, current ribbon that I have, has very vanilla, and I'm using white because there's white in the designer series paper. So I don't really have anything that would go. So some retired gold ribbon. Hopefully you'll forgive me. Now, I need to make a little slit in here, and the Take Your Pick tool has an attachment for a blade. Please take care with this. And roughly in the middle, when I was doing my lots of them, I did actually have a little template. So I had a little bit of card to line up with the edge and little marks to show me where to do. But yeah, don't need to. So you maybe can just see that I've got 2 little slits there, and I'm just going to join them like that. And then poke that right through. And if necessary, chop it off. Okay, so we've got that little slit, and the size of the slit depends on your ribbon. My ribbon that I used on the party favours was wider, so I had to do a larger slit on that. What I'm going to do is poke it through from the right side to the underneath, and then it'll take any raggedy edges of the designer series paper hole through with it, because I want any raggediness on that side and not on this one. So make sure you're happy with the size of your loop there, and then I used tape. I just actually used some good old-fashioned sellotape that I've forgotten to get down. Splay that and just lay that down flat. Okay. And there you go, you've got your little tab. How cute is that? That's such a fabulous idea. And then I've got a piece of card that again is 2 3/8 by 2 3/8, ready to just cover that up. And because our lid is slightly bigger, there is a slightly bigger margin around about that. Nobody's going to notice. All right, so I am going to do a little bit of glue on there. Bring that around, hold it until the glue sets a little, and then bring the base of my box in. A little bit of glue on that tab. Push that in, bring that around, and you get the neatest fit doing it that way. And again, glue on this one and this one, and slide them both in. Come on, here we go. And you get yourself sticky. And then just once again line that up as best you can, so you can see it's not lining up perfectly there. If I had done it off the box, it might not have fitted perfectly, but it does when you do it on the box. Snug fit all around. Love it. Awesome. So it needs a little bit of decoration. We've got some pieces of designer series paper for the sides. 4 of these, and they are 2 3/8 by 5/8. Said that with confidence, didn't I? As always, check my blog for all of the measurements. Yeah, it was 3/4 of an inch that we scored that at, so just a little bit shy of that at 5/8. And then I need to do a little bit of decoration. Father-in-law's boxes were easy because I just put the numbers in and didn't want it to be too fussy for a gentleman's party gift, party favours rather. So yeah, we've got our contrasting lid and box. Just love those wee ribbon pulls. Right, so I'm going to, I've already got a piece of white card and some pebbled ink, and this is a stamp from Lovely and Sweet. I'll pop that on there in the middle of that, just sending a bit of love your way. And this is a little die from the set as well, so line that up where I want it, down a little bit I think. That'll do, like that. And then I need to die cut that. Bear with me just one moment. And just remove that from there. Now that might just tuck up under there like that. Yes, does. Phew. Right, I'm just going to glue that down. And then I did use some other little dies from the set. With a little scrap of the card that I had cut for the base of the box to do some little leaves. And also some little flowers from that designer series paper. I think I might just go with the flowers actually. If I popped that up on dimensionals, then yeah, I could put the leaves underneath. I could. They kind of get lost a little bit, don't they? Now I'll save them for something else. And I'll just put on some of these little flowers. They're so cute. So cute. Right, I need my little glue for that. Yeah, and just I had a little scrap of that left over from what I'd cut previously. So it's a good idea just to use that to tie in the base to the lid. I don't think I've actually used these little flowers yet. They are super cute. So expect to see them a bit more. Just a little bit in the middle. Could put something else on the top. Do we think it needs it? I quite like not distracting from that ribbon. So just sending a bit of love your way. And I did bring out these gems because we've got some pebbled path on there as well. Where did I put my little cover for my dangerous blade? It's there. I don't want to do that. So I think I'll just use the littler ones if I can get that to go under there. There we go. I'll just do a couple of those. So we've got 3 little flowers, and really should have had the putty end of this, and I'll put that there. Pretty. I do like this paper. Love this sweet actually. Nature's Sweetness. So quite masculine version to a little bit more feminine, but with still using a kind of darker neutral colour on there. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as we enjoyed our little party with these favours last week. If you're new to my channel, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the bell to get notification the next time I upload a tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.